Hey guys, welcome back. So we have another video for you. We have a flower, and I'm already over winter and it hasn't even happened yet. So I am looking forward to some spring flowers. And this is how I'm going to cut them. We're going to make half the flower Peacock Blue, which is Premo by Sculpey. And then we have, I never can get those right. It's really thick. This is a 2-inch cutter that I made. And I've got 3 squares of each color, so it's a little thick, but I want this cane to be big. So now I'm going to thin it out. So basically I'm just going to run them through the pasta machine, and these I'm going to make a fan fold, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with it. So let me go ahead and run these through the machine. I'm going to have a big old slab for you guys, and I'll talk to you in just a few minutes. Okay, so we're back. I have no idea what happened. I thought I was recording and I was not. So basically, we had 2 piles. One was the peacock green or peacock blue and white. The other one was the purple and white. And all I did was make this into a triangle. And I got it to 4 inches and I cut 4 equal parts. So I am glad I looked up when I did, because I would have probably made the whole cane and not been on camera. And today is a much better day than yesterday is, so I am not going to let that damper my spirits. It's been a fun weekend. A lot of phone calls with my teeth. A lot of options, but not really happy with them thinking that they're going to have me pay $40,000 for some teeth. So it's been a little crazy in that sense. I made a video yesterday and I deleted it because it was just bad. The whole weekend has been just crazy, and it showed. But today I have a new perspective. I am happier. And now we're just going to pray that everything works out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's about good. So I'm going to just kind of straighten that up a little bit. Okay, this is what we want. This is corner. This way I don't have to cut anything off. Just kind of back him up a little bit. There. Okay, and again, we're at 4 inches, and where I'm sitting, since the camera is set somewhere else, being nearsighted, I can't see as well as before. So if my cuts look off, they probably are. Okay, so now we're just going to kind of make this a little prettier. It doesn't really matter because I'm going to squish it all anyways. So we're going to do one of these thingamajiggers. This one's not as long as it. Which is really odd. Okay, so put those together. Yeah, see, the purple's just a little bit off center here. So we're just going to straighten that out. See how well my cutting abilities are? It's pretty sad. I can just never cut straight or get that perfect slice. Oop, that's got to come that way. Okay. Okay, so we're going to do that with the blue. going to put the other blue over here. Okay, and then we're going to take that purple I should be able to just cut it in half like that. And that will square that up. And that will square that up. Okay, so now the fun part is trying to squish all this together. I have never done this technique with this much clay. So let's see how well this works. But anyways, I'm going to squish this up. And you don't have to be here while I do that. So I'm just going to squish this up and then I'll come back. Okay, so we're back. And now we're basically just squishing this into a triangle. This kind of might be hard if you have arthritic fingers. So if you do, don't use as much clay as I did, because this hurts the thumbs as it is. So if your hands are really, really bad, I don't want you to hurt yourself doing this. But it was also not conditioned as much as my other Skinner blends, because now I can feel it starting to soften up. It's being a little bit easier on me. Okay, so now we're going to cut this in half. Let's see what we got in there. Yeah, again, not a straight line. Okay, that's going to look really pretty. So we're going to do this about 2 or 3 times. So just put them back together. You know what though? I don't know if you can see how much more white is on that side. I think I'm going to put those on the inside. Okay, we're going to get this back to 3 inches. Okay. Oh yeah, 1, 2. Now we'll go just a little bit more. It doesn't have to be exact, but a little easier for me to cut it out that way. Probably going to have to go get my glasses. Okay, so we're getting a little thinner. Okay, so again, we're going to do this. Okay, so this is where the personal preference comes in, that you can leave it just like it is, like that, if you want it to be really bold and stand out. I kind of want them to blend a little bit more. So basically, there is nothing else to see as far as this part, because all you do is you just keep taking it bigger, cut it in half, and do it again and again until you're satisfied with it. Just remember, don't do it to where it's absolutely perfect for you, because then when you make your actual petals for the flower, you're going to be stretching them out again. So you're going to lose a lot of that detail. So I go pretty much one before the perfect look. So I might say, oh, I really like this. Should I stop or should I keep going? If you get to that point, stop. And then put them together, because then when you elongate it or whatever, it's going to get a little bit smaller. So don't go past what you want in this, because then when you get it to your length, you're going to lose all that. So I'm going to put you on pause while I go through this. I'm probably going to do I'll probably do 2 more cuts. So I'll come back after those. Alrighty, so we took this one to 4 inches. We only did 1 cut. That last cut looked pretty good, so I didn't want to go any more until I took a look at it. So I'm going to cut that at 2 inches. Okay, and I think that's going to be perfect. So now, I'm trying to think of what side I want in. I guess it doesn't really matter. So now we're just going to combine this, and we're going to put the elements in the center. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Give me a nice piece right here that I can work with. So I'm going to have to cut off all of that. Okay, I'm kind of get it more triangular. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off right here. I'm not going to worry about the very end. I got a little air bubble in there, because that'll end up coming off at the end anyways, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. Okay. So now I'm going to put some black in the middle of this. So let me see how I want to do this. Just going to put a couple little black stamen or something in there. So we're going to do that. And I want this one to be a little high. So I'm just taking a little knitting needle and I'm doing a little indent. I'd rather go bigger while this is big than too small that I don't see it at the end. So I'm just going to make a log of black. I think I'm going to do a bright green for the center. So I'll do that one next. Make sure there's no air bubbles in this. Okay, so I just want to see if I'm even like this size. Okay, that's going to be good like that. So now I'm going to leave that in there, and I'm going to take a thin sheet of black at a number, I think we'll do a number 5, 3 or 5. I'll see how thick a 3 is. Let me go ahead and put this through. so this is a 3. Just give me a straight line here just to see how thick this is. Everything gets in my way, and I've got a clean desk today. Aren't you guys proud of me? Actually clean. Okay, let me see if that's going to be way too thick or... Okay, let me see what a 5 would look like. I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, 5 might be too thin, so I might end up going a 4. And that just might even it out perfectly. So let's see what this looks like. And this is a 5. So we're going to go a 4. We're going to go in between both of them. We're going to need 3 pieces because we're going to do this a couple of times. Okay. Now we can get a little more careful here. Just going to put that right up against that one. Okay. I don't know why that doesn't look even when it was cut even. Now, if I was smart, I would have did this after I made a couple cuts in this instead of waiting until the very end. But we're not going to stretch it out too far. So this is about 2.5. So I'm going to do 1 1/4. I did not grab my glasses. Okay, so this one, I just want to lay it on the side. Let's put it about right there. And then we'll have one on each side. Because we'll do one more cut. So I'm going to put this on first. And then use the rest up for the log. I don't think I'm going to need it bigger than this. And then to get rid of the white on the side to make it look like it's a petal. Because if I put this together as it is, it's going to have that white and it's all going to kind of blend into one petal. So I'd like to wrap my canes with a solid color. So I'll probably do purple because it's a darker color. Or I can do half and half. And have half blue, half purple. Never done that one before. Okay, so there is that. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? Because I got the 2 on the side. Oh, darn it. It's okay. I was going to use that one for the center, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Looks like I'm going to have to reduce it one more time. And it's really thin. So we're going to do the best of putting it back together. That's why it's best to work big. But I squished that a little too much, I think. But just keep going through the top, the sides, the bottom. I really want to cut it now, but then I'm back to working really thin, and it's a lot harder. Okay, so I'm just going to do this. It's at, what, 2 inches? I'm going to take this to 3, and then I'm going to cut it in half, put it together. Well, you know what? I might as well let you see that part, because that might be important for somebody. And then that's all we have to do. And then I'm going to take this to about 9 inches, and that'll give me 6 flower petals. The only thing that I did different on this one was I didn't round out the edges. Usually I roll just the round. I may end up doing that and kind of rounding this out a little bit. So let me do one more cut. Just so you can see the final cane. Okay. So that's it. So now we are going to reduce this and go about 9 inches. So let me do that and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm coming back a bit. I just want to show you. I put a black strip on the very bottom. And what I did with my edges that were square is I'm pushing in the corners. Okay, and that's going to help me get that round shape back. Okay, as long as the top's round, I'm not really worried about the bottom. Okay, but see, now I got a little bit more. It's easier to me to reduce a round clay. Okay, and that black is always going to show me where the center of that bottom of the flower is. So now that we've got it pretty much in a nice round petal, and again, if you kind of don't understand what I did, so we have your triangle, right? Let me cut that so you can see the triangle. Okay, so basically what I did was I just pushed on the corners on both sides. Okay, and see, just like that, you're already rounding the corners. So as long as I do that, and I kind of pushed up against the bottom, and that helped me get it round again. Okay, so sometimes you might have to manipulate a little bit, but that's how you get it back to be round. Okay, so again, I'm going to take this to 9 inches, and I will be back. Okay, so we are back, and we went ahead and wrapped it in purple. So there is our cane, which that wasn't a really good shot, but I'll show you when it's done. So I wanted to do the center, and I didn't want to do straight green, and I didn't want to do just green and white. So I thought I would do some green, white, and black. So I made a log of pearl green, bright pearl green, made a nice little log out of it. This clay is just horrible. It's dry. And I cut the white at a number 4. Just to give it a little bit of a border. And then I'm going to do the same with the black. This is at a number 4 too, but it ripped, so I'm going to go ahead and put it through one more time. enough. Thinking of experimenting with Cernet pretty soon. I've used their translucent, but I'd like to see how hard a cane is to make with Cernet. I know that their translucent was really soft, so I'm not really sure if it's a good cane maker. But I want to try something different. I had somebody ask me about Kato today. You know, do I make canes with Kato? And I do not, because it is stiff. It's really hard for me to condition it with my hands. So I don't use that. And two, I can't get over the smell. There is no smell until it's baked. Or at least I don't think so. But boy, the Kato, that stuff is strong even after it's baked. But it is a stiff clay and a lot better probably to make canes with, but it's just something I haven't been able to get used to. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to take this to 7 inches. I just don't know if I want to make like a lace pattern in the center. So we're just going to keep reducing it. And we'll see how far we want to go with it. A nice air bubble right there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pause it for a bit while I do this. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're at 7 inches. Just cutting off a little of the edges. And then I'm just going to surround that center one with more. I'm not sure if I'm happy with that. So, you know, I think I'm going to make this a lacy pattern, which would be doing that again. Haha, there we go. I was wondering when the dogs were going to bark tonight, because you knew they had to speak in the video. I have one laying here with me. The other one's out in the living room with Dad. Alright, well, we're going to make this small, and then I'm going to go ahead and reduce this, and I'm either going to keep it like this, or I'm going to reduce it anymore. So we'll leave that right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this at 1.5 inches for our petals. And there is 6. This is a little smaller. Okay, but this is what our petals look like. See, just having that black in there, how it just kind of brings out the whole flower. Okay, so I'm going to end up making it a triangle, but kind of want to put it together. Yeah. Okay, let me go ahead and reduce this and I'll get a better idea. I'll be right back. Okay, so we reduced that. And this time I went to 10.5 inches because I really don't like this at all. And I just used the wrong side of the blade. So I thought, okay, well, see, that just looks icky. It looks boring. And I don't know if it's because there's no, if there's translucent around it, it just separates it better and looks so much nicer. So I'm not sure how this is going to work, if I'm going to really like it. But what I'm going to do, let's get it back to 10.5 inches. And then we're going to do what we did before. So this is 1.5, 3, 6, 9. Okay. Okay, so honestly, if I look at it, it's just boring. There's just something about this that I don't like. So, what are we going to do? We're going to make this again, but this time we're going to do the log in the bright green. I'm going to wrap it in the white. I'm going to wrap it in the black, but then I'm going to wrap it in translucent. So I will be right back again. Okay, so I came back because again I changed my mind. I don't like the black. I think the black is throwing me off. So I only took one block of the bright green this time. And I think I had the white at a number 5 or a number 4 the last time. So this time a number 1. Oops. Okay. And now we're going to use translucent around the white. And this is going to at least separate the petals. So I don't know, that black just kind of threw it off. And I'll tell you, the last place I got clay from, oh my gosh, this stuff is so hard. And just really crumbly this time around. Usually my translucent is really nice. But nope, not this time. I cannot wait until this pandemic is over and that we can get back to normal life. Okay, so now we have translucent. It's still a little hard. Is that going to go all the way around? No, of course it won't. Let's add a little bit more. Really thin. Condition a little faster. Hopefully I have enough to go all the way around now. And if not, I'm just going to take it to a 2. Alrighty, so now we're going to take this and we're going to go all the way to 7 inches. And we'll decide if we're going to leave it there or try and make it more of a lacy pattern. Okay, so let me do that and we'll be back. Okay, so let's see what a difference it is by putting that translucent around this. I still think I'm going to pause again and take this to 11 inches. Wow, I really don't know. I could leave it just like this So I'm going to get it to that size that I need it, and let's see what it looks like. Sorry again for all the pausing, but I figured you guys probably forward through all the boring parts anyways, and I don't know how to speed up certain sections in my video. When I speed it up, it speeds up the whole video from start to finish. So until I learn this a little better, hopefully after the first of the year, because there's too many holidays coming up, maybe I can get a little better at this YouTube stuff. So I'm just going to take off. Nah, I'll go a little more, because this is going to be really big anyways, so might as well use it as much as we can. I do like the translucent because I do like the way it separates the petals. And I know this isn't a great example, but that's what it's going to end up looking like. And yes, there will be green, and I don't like that. So I'm going to go all the way to 10.5 inches. Do this one more time, and we should be done. And then we can assemble the flower and reduce it, and let's see how it's going to look. So again, we will be back. Okay, so we got the 10.5 inches. And this is what it would look like on its own. It looks kind of boring. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one more time. So it's going to end up being like that. Probably could have used that black, but that black just threw it off. I could throw in a little bit of yellow if I wanted to. But instead, we're just going to leave it like this. See what it looks like. You know me by now that if I don't like it, I'll add something to it. I could even add a little bit of purple. Probably wouldn't look too bad. Got a little bit of air in some of these. That's why when I roll it, it sounded kind of funny. That was because there's air in here. So we're going to try and get that out. Okay, so we're going to leave that like that. And now we're going to come, and as you can see, I don't have registration marks like I should have. So we're just going to pinch that end and pinch that end. I had the registration mark in there when I rolled it, but then I wrapped it in the purple. And I forgot to leave a little bit showing, but that's okay. Okay, we know where the flower is really easy. And since they're already cut, it makes it easier to make sure we have both sides. Okay, so there's two. I think this is going to be a really pretty flower. I love Peacock Pearl. It's probably one of my favorite colors of clay to play with. And of course with purple, it's just pretty. You can't go wrong. Okay, so we have two more. Clay is still really hard. Really shocked about that. because usually when I make my flowers, my canes are so soft. But I mean, it's perfect tonight. It's keeping its shape, everything. Okay, so there's our flower. I want to cut an end here. I know that this is going to be really too big, but and I used the wrong side, so I'll put that in like that. Okay, so we definitely can go a little smaller. You know, I think that looks good. I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is, not add any other color, except for maybe purple. Let's see. I put this just to a 6, just to get an idea. Go with my mind here for a minute. It's just to kind of look and see. It might not be bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some purple to this. And I just put all the purple away. We're going to make this really thin. I've got this at a number 6. And we're just going to kind of, okay, we'll be good. We'll try and get a better shape than that. That's what happens sometimes when you get a little impatient. And it's so thin that you may not see it at all, but it might just give it what I'm looking for. Okay. I'm just going to take a little chunk of that. Not worry about the very end because I end up cutting that off anyways. And then as usual, we're going to wrap translucent around it. I just want to make sure I've got the right size and diameter. I think we do. So we're just going to go, where are we? Just a tad more so that I can cut some of these ends off. Okay. And right there. Okay, so now we can put it together. Okay, just make sure that all your petals are touching it. This one got a little sideways. Turn it over, do the same on the other side. Okay, so now back to the very, very hard translucent. I'm going to do one of these for you, and then I'll pause it. So I basically just take translucent and I make it into a triangle shape. I love it. Hey, hey, shh. Go out there. Go see what's going on. She's so lazy that she sits there and barks and she doesn't even know what she's barking at. That is my lab. lazier than all heck. Okay, so basically that's what we want to do. I'm going to go a little thinner. Okay, so basically you just want to fit it right there in between the two petals, flatten it up. So I'm going to do that 5 more times, and then I'm going to take translucent at a 0 on my machine, so your thickest setting, and then you're just going to wrap all the way around it and reduce it. So I'm not going to show you me wrapping it with translucent. You've seen it in other videos. So I'm going to come back when this is completely reduced, and we see what it looks like. So let me get you a picture real quick. We're losing light here, which means I need to charge my phone. Alrighty guys, so we are done. Cane seems really big. So we're just going to take it a little bit more. And then as usual, we'll cut it in half. Yeah, we get a little bit of waste on the sides. And cut them at 2 inches. Okay, so we're ready. Ta-da! So there is our flower cane. I don't know which side I like better. But there you go. So I hope you like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a 2.5 inch one, and I'm going to give it away to somebody. So like, comment, and if you haven't already subscribed, I hope you will. And I want to thank you to everybody that is subscribed. I'm not a video person, so I always feel like I sound dorky, which I guess I am a dork. But yeah, if you guys like my videos and you want to see more, please subscribe, please like, and comment on this thread or on this video, and just say, I want a flower. And I will put you in a drawing for a 2.5 inch piece of this. And you guys have a very safe holiday. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Wherever you are, please make lots of memories. May there be lots of laughter and great food. So you guys take care. God bless. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.